You did. There's the little. See the little tab that's there? No, to the right. There's a little bar that's there. Yeah, you press that. Wow. This is a terrible noise. Let me go ahead and cut that. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like. It's frustrating that, like, days I'm working, it feels like, even when I do stream, it's for, like, these really short periods of time. And it's not having the same effect as if. But at the same time, it's like, I'm, like, having the reasoning with myself that, at this point, I'm actually not entirely sure if it's really different, whether the stream is on or not. It's like, I don't feel any different now versus a moment ago. Well, actually, maybe if anything, I feel a little bit lighter at the moment. That's on, because I had kind of like the running thought process, like, about the stream, and feeling a little guilty about, like, oh shit, it's off right now. Mm-hmm. But I just, yeah, no, I just kind of. It's so frustrating. I wish this were easier, and wasn't like, you know, something that took so much effort and intention to maintain, but instead was just the passive reality of what was occurring. So, I mean, hell, I didn't even really want to record my meals the past couple of days. And I didn't want to have to deal with not wanting to record the meals or not wanting to be accountable or anything like that. But just literally doing the thing takes effort, and not wanting to exert that effort.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of the point, though, that it's like, you know, if it was easy, you'd already be doing it. Yeah. And by putting in that extra little bit of effort, you know, makes then the results of it that much better. So you know, you gotta work for
it. Yeah. So, you know, I'm doing a few minutes of research right now, you know, and I mean, the other big thought that I was just like going over is, you know, I'm like reading this article about like the division between live streamers who do like prepared programming and have like set shows that they do, and live streamers, and about how at the Twitch convention there were big conflicts between the two groups, and, you know, set programmers feeling like their privacy was being invaded by the live streamers, and the live streamers feeling like you're literally at a convention about live streaming. Like, are you serious? Like, this is what we're here to do. And of course the meshed reality being that a number of these live streamers or IRL streamers, I don't like that term at all in real life, being, you know, what this niche is called. Because when you're on the computer at home, that's real life. When you're out in the world, that's real life. All this is real life. All this is reality. There's a different part. Anyway, but the reality is that a number of these in real life streamers are trolls. They're live action trolls. Yeah. And they go out and they are aggressive and they're really provocative, and they do things that are intended. They're like tabloid, you know, news article, paparazzi editors, whatever, are trying to get attention and views. You know, so it's just like, I'm kind of like going through like, man, I don't want to have the experiences of people like telling me to fuck off because I'm live streaming or something like that. The whole point of this is to practice culture of empathy and hold ourselves fully accountable with being present in the moment. And you know, yeah. So I just feel kind of apprehensive towards that, but it almost
towards streaming then.
Well,
Sorry, I just like there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
nowhere for me to sit
No,
down.
dude,
And
I'm sorry. There's a chair right there.
yeah, but it's very uncomfortable.
Okay. I'll start putting the window closed.
Well,
Sit in my chair.
yeah,
You don't want to sit there?
Hold on.
I don't. And it's like, I get the impression that it's a very different thing between, you know, setting a camera that's first person perspective and one that's facing towards me, right? And and I think the reality is you know, third person perspective is one that people will accept a lot more readily because it's not on them.
Right.
And it's just, you know, maybe picking up their voice if they're talking to me.
Yeah.
Whereas the problem with that is two things. One is that it literally takes my arm, and so I'm navigating the world.
You're not then navigating the world like in real life.
Not navigating the world, yeah, yeah, with the full use of my body.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of literally handicapping myself and making a decision. And two, well, a couple more ways too, because it's not how I see reality. It's not how I interact with reality. It's and you know, it's not from this perspective.
Right.
And three, that and it's like, and this is the least of the problems, you know, but it's still a problem that the people who either don't understand or refuse to understand things that I say about this project are jumping on the third person perspective as like, see, he's narcissistic.
Yeah.
He's clearly projecting everything that he's saying.
Yeah.
Whereas first person makes it a lot harder to say that.
Right.
Because it really is not about, you know, I really care less, and if anything, I would prefer first person. So, yeah. So I don't know.
Where do we put this?
I don't know. We brought it back in. It was in the bedroom before. The blanket?
Yeah, but it just kept getting pushed on the floor.
Okay.
Do we just pack it away or put it on the couch downstairs?
Let's put it on the couch downstairs and do the post. I don't know.
I mean, it almost so seems to me like your goal from it. It's like I feel like, and I'm not saying this in any way to like try to say stop doing it.
Think, yeah.
But it almost seems like you don't need the live stream in order to complete your goal, which is to be present in reality and accountable.
Yeah.
Like, the live stream isn't the only way to do that.
Well, yeah, and that's like,
and if your goal was, I want to, share what I'm doing with everybody, then, that is then the way to do it. Is to always be filming yourself. But it seems like your goal is a little more nuanced than just, I want everybody to know, or I want to share everything.
So there's only one goal, right? And you know that. So one thing to suggest is, all right, so there's the meditation piece, right? I think to a certain degree it's true that basically it's not really necessary at this point for me to be present.
Yeah.
At the same time, even when it is running, I probably am being more present and self-aware of what I'm doing and how I'm interacting with reality than when not.
And I guess my
probably does still make an impact.
My question then is,
but it's not necessarily a transformational impact.
Right.
There's no further transformation. We're sitting for both of us. We're both just sitting in base reality at this point, and it's not. Okay, so beyond that, then there's conveying, connecting with people outside of here.
Right.
Right. And not just people locally, but
and
hopefully.
doing more of then the programming stuff might be a different way to connect with those people.
So and all that programming stuff in the live stream.
Right.
And that's
So have, instead of just this is me eating breakfast, this is me eating breakfast and I'm sharing, X, Y, and Z. And, if your goal then is to connect, you're not then just flooding people with information. You're giving them the important bits, and so then they don't just tune out.
But that gets into another area that it's my worldview that this is like a potential lifestyle that people live.
Right. Once again, I'm not trying to say this is bad.
I know you're not saying that,
okay.
but we're just going through
I just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah. I'm gonna try transition to reflective listening right now with you, if that's okay. Would you mind reflecting me? Would you mind reflecting what I say? Yeah.
That you're transitioning to reflective listening.
Cool. So, if I feel like it's important to talk about radical vulnerability as a lifestyle, you don't have to reflect back what I say word for word. Okay, I'll finish the thought. If I'm trying to advocate for people living through radical vulnerability as a lifestyle, then to a large degree it's important to model and demonstrate the viability of that, and to actually live those values as a leader and as an activist, and to ultimately show that it's actually not a big deal, that privacy is not something that you need to hold on to in order to live a high quality life. You don't have to reflect it back if you don't want to. But.
Okay, well, you just told me not to, and then, okay.
No, I just said that all right, I'll finish the thought. I stopped myself before while I was in the middle of the thought, and you weren't reflecting back to me, and I said, okay, right, then I'll finish the thought. And then I went ahead and repeated the first part of it, and then I finished the thought, and then I heard you tell me, oh, I thought you told me you don't want me to reflect it back, but that's not what I said.
Okay.
Never mind. If you want to go back and watch Netflix, you can go do it.
I mean,
I don't feel like you're listening. So.
You don't feel like I'm listening.
No, I feel like you're listening.
I mean, what am I doing sitting here then? Like, engaging with you?
Okay, I hear you feeling like you're sitting here to try to engage with me. I heard you saying that you're sitting here to engage with me. I don't understand why like, so do you want me to like say again what I said earlier, or you just don't want to reflect it back? I don't understand why. Do you want me to turn off the stream right now?
No.
Then what's going on? What's going on?
I just feel like really jumped on. That like I'm not trying. I am being here from you. I am engaging with you. I am listening to you. I'm trying to help you work through your issues that you're saying you're having with this.
And I feel like you are trying to do that. But, like, trying to understand from my perspective, like, I asked you, like, okay, like, I want to, like, at least reflect what you're saying right now. Would you be willing to reflect what I'm saying? And then you said yes. And I tried doing it with you, and, like, I feel like you just kind of shut down. You didn't actually want to reflect, like, the substantive thing I was trying to say. And instead you just like reflected back like a couple of little points when I was basically saying, you know what, never mind, I don't want to. It doesn't seem like you really want to do it.
Well, because I felt you just kind of announced that you were doing this and didn't really stop to figure out if I wanted to do that. I don't really know what I'm doing with that. It feels very contrived and I feel talked down to when you do it with me.
Okay, I'm going to turn off the stream.